So I saw it last night and I'm still processing.
It's a lot to process, right?
My thoughts, because I will be honest and say that I cried
Amazing.
quite a few times.
I'm so sorry,
as a 34-year-old man. No, it's good. It's good sometimes. I guess my first question was going to be, when you first got the script and you saw kind of what he was going to do with it, and then obviously the title was quite alluring as well. I mean, what was your initial reaction to it all?
What the heck? I read it and I thought, okay, director Bong, genius, love him. So intrigued by that aspect. Little girl and her pig, sure. And then getting to play an ALF member, one of the only female in the group, which is just such an interesting part of the story, and it being so multicultural, based in South Korea and the States. I thought, wow, this is going to be a huge opportunity for me in general to go exploring as Lily, but to be a part of a project like this that says so much about, political statements, environmental, nutritional, about loss of innocence, love, relationships, everything, and you kind of go, God, there's so much in here to grasp onto. The audience really has a free-for-all as to what they're going to take from it, but at the end of the day, it's going to spark conversation, and I love to do things that make you think, and this was definitely one of them.
I mean, when I was watching the film, it strangely took me back to when I was a kid, and it was something I told my mum straight afterwards, that it reminded me of E.T.
Yeah,
in the sense that the film put me back in my body when I was like 4 or 5, and I used to watch it and just cry the whole way through. I mean, for you, did any of those kind of emotions come up when you were reading the script?
There definitely wasn't like an E.T. vibe, a Spielberg-esque kind of, Stranger Things, where you've got this fantasy aspect, but also at the same time very grounded in reality because of the amazing cast, or just like the cast of characters. And I definitely, I had a dog growing up that I got right when I moved from England to LA that helped me acclimate, and it was Billy and Lily, and we were very, very close, and you could just see through the eyes that they were a soul. And I think Okja is a CGI character, but they created her in such a way that she's a female. She's a strong woman in there, and you really do feel for her. So I definitely was brought back to that childhood. And also with the character of Mija, it's her journey throughout the whole movie about what it is, like the loss of innocence, and Okja is her best friend, and she's forced to grow up in this crazy world that she's thrown into, and what does that mean? And definitely the ET kind of came into that aspect too.
What was kind of the technical challenges of this one? Because I can imagine there wasn't a lot to deal with, but I mean, in terms of CGI, sometimes with these kind of things, they have some sort of thing there for you to act next to.
I felt really grateful actually, because Eric, who created Okja, he created the Tiger and Life of Pi. So right away, that he's got it covered. But we actually had a massive life-size giant stuffy version of Okja, which looked a little strange in South Korea running around. But you had actors playing out the different body parts, and so someone was holding the face and would really move it to emote with us, and the eyes were really the face and everything was carved out of this rubber material, so you saw etchings of what she would look like. I didn't see entirely until the premiere at Cannes, which she's beautiful. I mean, everyone wants an Okja now, but at least we had something more than a tennis ball.
I just wanted to ask you about working with Netflix, because I've seen your other film that's coming out, To the Bone, which is just an extraordinary piece of work.
You saw that too?
I have seen it,
Wow.
It's fantastic.
Thank you.
Because they're a great platform for people who want to make kind of original movies that sometimes wouldn't get financed. I mean, as an actor, it must be a great draw to have someone like that that's making interesting projects.
And I'm in an interesting position because Netflix made Okja with director Bong, and Netflix purchased To the Bone at Sundance. So not only are they taking risks in the projects that they go out to create, but they're also taking risks in what they want to distribute. And it's to be commended that they're going on risky topics, things that are considered either kind of taboo to talk about, but they want to make, spread out to the world because their platform is so ginormous and it goes into people's homes, which I think for To the Bone is great because it's a subject matter that a lot of people are going to want to converse about at home. And then for Okja, to have it be on such a grand scale, but have felt like an independent film to make because they let Bong do his thing. It wasn't like having to go through 10 different people to get an answer. And I just think it's wonderful that they have such a huge outreach and that they're willing to push boundaries. I think Okja would not be Okja without Netflix, and Bong has been very outspoken about that at Cannes too, because for them to get accepted into the film festival, it's like, this is huge. It's very, very cool.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Listen, thank you so much for your time. Both films are extraordinary. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Nice to meet you as well.
Cheers.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey You Guys, huh?
Hey You Guys.
Is that from the Goonies?
It is indeed, yes.
Nice.
Hey